Ni sambula binakasarap kali na siya manatapa kinoloko chikumain na ito rin pa ni mona ni bola mata na VOQA KEI VITI AOTEAROA kabakakina na ito YouTube channel na nondang una bata tale na biya kami ni bukelu kina VAKARAUBUKA may na ONO kinawalo yung gona naman itamata pisalo merama delana ang musiki ito kaya nandun ni Bingarabi na VOQA KEI VITI AOTEAROA kito kasabu tuku sa kaya na rake yo kalandi tamaki makaurau bulo malai ni linga lebuleg bika tamani bakaki na nonda ito kani junior tamani kita bulu na kachuka na namun indon Bingarabi kanu itaki nuguni bulu na katalutunga may nonda no itaki Bingarabi binakasarti ko may itabi kita sarra sanggarabi roti ko mai na loma ni mada ongo obi tarata lang nungo nando baga binakatiko weke mundo na vida na vuni tukutuku kita undo ko tukutuku kina may viti ngome bakan Fiji Village kena bakan do VJ na Ryan, na Fiji TV, na FBC TV. Kapag nakasyangan mula dapat na tambanan ni Soko mo ni tukutuku, Vakaw tukutuku, kaya na tambay tukutuku, kaya na volay tukutuku, ni matanito na Ministry of Information. Kitong gayon daw may pagkayang nga ba na kayso na katkatuni. Do saan daw bito na kito na numundo tabatin ni mo na liwaliway so. Kang gayon daw bito lang ni Vicky Muni, yan ay nagitali nga ito ko kaya baka o niya talatan ni matiningona, ang sarabito mandakina ka reribinaka menda bibaga no mitalaman den dono utu ni baga nanu tali to kina engoni binaka bikenda menda bibaga bikila itek ngakina ne bugun bika ya de to mai biti ka baka kina ena boni be sai burbura ka baka ni sarabati kon tambana kitu daura ka tingani be kemuni ena singo buke lulu ena mata chikungango awa bagreta ka chukeni kine bikianda me ado ni katulu sa bulkan doni singa ni bulau chulai ni nadaba ka mate na bulongo na beso tiko balile ni nito tamani Bingarabi na siyang tiko ni daudi na nito bagalala ka ni tukutuku me baka ndo ndola pati ko no ndango ni bulongo di na biakabi ni bukelu kina VAKARAUBUKA kito no mamikito ko tiko mandanga bikianda ya so na kakambura kito sa kambura ka hoteni bekemuni may tiki-tiko ni nito RAI LESU tiko ni nito tambani Bingarabi may tiko bumay nangona may tiko bukina na tabo-tabo no Bingarabi ng gomena ONO kina WALU may tabo tiko man tiki ni singadendai nimber ni gay tiko no bulo kusita may nagay siro batalayan ni na bulo Disyemba yanda sarabo tiko ni kina na singabuke lulu kya baka auroni baka no mikenda talamanda kina na italano ni baka bubuli taka lobo kina baka sanggari ni baka sakera mabaliloto na Fountain of Praise Yaman Roskal yo kalan yan dai dan ngole apa baka tambagin do mantan na atambanan ni gito dan rongo damanta ni roabi talano kinando na marama o sei ni gok endo bagay tabiti ko nando na tambanan ni gito siyang tumbaga ni se mata ubikenda may ibiti na rongoda enda nangay sarabati ko baka kina nanonoto na nito wa patorong irtuto ka ibida na dorbo arto sama yung gitar rakabiti ko yo kalandi kana gay woti to kana no di talno ni kuwa kito no kota talaman da beke muni eruan katkato ni kito wa biuta bata no bugni do na mate timi ni subagrama nanda 16 erto may ngande boli pa gito AOTEAROA tamaki makaro yo kalandi vida na bula sa woti pero sarabale mo ni sama ni dapat keloti ko mai o sana sini toro talaban din debi kanda ngone na kabini singa dai ndo man nga bikenda ni talatal ni sere nindale sumai sanda na rongo da sereni na matay ni nonda italano yana kabini singa ni kuwa
My name is Saini Molia Gok. I am a massage therapist, and I have been doing this for about more than 20 years. It's been my passion. So I've actually opened up a spa back in the days, some 20 plus years, and then now I've kind of like gone into sports, offering my services to rugby teams, international teams, and currently I'm with the Drua franchise, contracted to the Drua, doing massages for the boys, working alongside the physios with William Kung. Yes.
Your job is not the same as the job of the physio. You
No.
wanna clarify that?
Yes, no. We are a masseur.
What do you do apart from what the physios does?
We do more of the flushing for pre-games and after the games, or for captain's run before the game day. We only just do flushing and just prep them up. And apart from the physios do a deeper part of work onto their bodies, whereas I just come in with my team. I've got 15 girls on board, and just set up all the beds and do all the massages, especially when their bodies are really tired, and a lot of contact. We don't fix the muscles or anything. We flush, and we just relieve muscle tensions. Yes.
Why is it important for a highly trained athlete to have their muscles in probably the right tone or the right condition?
Yes.
Before and after a match?
Usually we do a lot of vigorous movements just to wake the muscles up. We don't make the muscles sleep. It's more into sports and remedial massages, mainly on the calf and hemis and quads. That's what the boys need more, with more of a deep tissue. So with our Fijian boys with big muscles, oh man, it's quite tough on the girls' hands. But after care, we actually get the girls to do ice bath on their hands. That's basically what we do with all the rugby teams. In fact, all the international teams. I've done Moana Pacifica. I've done Melbourne Rebels, sorry. And I've done many others. I can't keep track. Yeah.
The move to join the Fijian Drua camp, how did this came about? Which teams were you with before you got engaged to a Fijian Drua?
Yeah, before I got engaged with Fijian Drua, William Kung got me involved with the Flying Fijians. So from there, that's when the Drua franchise started, and he got me in, and we got subcontracted to that team ever since to currently now. Yeah, which is really awesome for us, because it's actually a seasonal work for me. And straight after this season with the Drua, I'll probably hop onto the Flying Fijians, and then I go out and I do resorts. I'm a spa consultant as well, out at the Tokariki Island Resort and Wai'a Island Resort. And then coming up for the season is Return to Retreat in Samoa, setting up their spa. Yeah, so I'm basically everywhere. I'm not in one place. Offer my services where I can, and with the passion that I have, I impart that into girls. Mainly, I'm on a mission, recruiting single mothers and women that have their husbands stay home, but they are all qualified, been through the school, got paperwork. But what I actually do is I invite them on board from everywhere. All my girls are from different resorts in Nandi, and some are not workers as well. So what I do is I train them and upskill them to the techniques where it is relevant for sports massages. Yes.
Are the girls enjoying the new area that they are venturing into?
Oh, absolutely. One was that they're very passionate about it, and also it's an added income for them because I've increased their rate compared to where they are, and they're quite happy about it, and they're excited, and especially when it's rugby, it's a new field for them, coming out of their comfort zone or wherever they come from, and to actually meet the stars as well, and basically all that. It's more like passion for them. Yeah.
I understand from a previous discussion we had that apart from Fiji, you also have connection in Samoa.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about that a bit?
Oh, yes. My dad is Samoan. He's a Samoan man. So my grandfather, he's from Upolu Lefanga in Samoa. So back in the days when he was young, he kind of stored away from Samoa. He was only about 17. He stored away and he came to Fiji, and he landed in Rotuma because he heard that there was some Samoans living in Rotuma. He came in search of his uncle, his father's brother that lived in Fiji, and he ended up in Rotuma and married my grandmother from Saleh. So from then onwards, he had his children. He had 5 boys and 1 girl, and then my father is the youngest out of all of them. So I have one auntie that is surviving at the moment. But then over the years, we are 3rd generation, and we wanted to know more about our identity and where we come from. And then recently we got connected through my Auntie Lomi, Sua, Gilchrist. She owns a resort in Samoa in Upolu Lefanga. It's called Return to Retreat Resort. So I came to New Zealand because she invited me for her 70th birthday. So I thought, okay, me coming over was a real opening for not only me, for all the 3rd generation back at home, all my cousins and all the generation down onwards, because it kind of, our Samoan heritage has been watered down and no one talked about it. So I came to New Zealand, and we recently celebrated my auntie's birthday, and it was a great gathering because then I got to meet up with all the aunties and all the uncles and all the cousins, and it's so exciting for me being here because that was so precious for us and the people, especially my cousins back at home. And it kind of brought about closure for us. That, yes.
Now, all these factors that you have been mentioning, your Fijian side, your Samoan side, then the rugby context comes in. Manu Samoa, Flying Fijians, and then Moana Pacifica, Fijian Rua. How does this all play out in your role, in that job you're doing? How does it ignite passion in you in doing that job? Before we go to the core of our discussion today, which is spinal injuries.
Yes. I don't know. I just love what I do.
I mean, you have bits of Samoan, you have Fijian,
Yes.
and then there's this Moana Pacific and Fijian Rua, and then Flying Fijians and Manu Samoa.
Yeah.
So you're sort of in between.
In between, yes.
These 2 poles of thoughts every time. So how do this interplay when you come to do your job?
Well, I'm just neutral in everything. Like, you know, a big part of me when I went in for the draw, it just, they're my, you know, they're my brothers. They're like my sons, basically. And then when Moana Pacifica came in last year, and then my team got to massage them, it kind of got me connected with them because of my Samoan side.
And there was one Fijian in
And there
one
was
or
one,
2. I think 2. I think was it Rayasi? No?
Yes, I met
And
Rayasi.
who's the other guy? The one that's playing for Otago Highlanders now. Forgot his name. Tabatabanoai.
Yes. So I've met them all, and I was really proud to tell them that I got Samoan blood as well.
Having that heritage in you.
Yes.
Okay.
I was really proud that I could say that.
Yeah.
but then I was neutral and I stood in the middle, ensuring that everything is
Very important to be neutral.
very important. And I learned that from my husband, Patrick Gok, who is the referees coach in the committee for the Fiji Rugby Union, that when he stood, he made sure that his team is neutral, especially in the Skipper Cup. And if referees have been picked from different clubs,
Districts and clubs.
He's made sure that he tells them that you got to be neutral, no matter which district you come from. You got to be neutral. So I kind of learned from there.
It's an art to master,
It's an
right?
art to master, but I love my Fijians and I love my Samoan heritage.
And been there all the time for both.
Being there, yes, which is a really bonus for me. Yeah.
Now I have a handbook here which says supporting spinal injuries in Samoa and Fiji, and I believe that you delivered what can you call it? Was it a message or just an acknowledgement of being here last night? You want to talk about this spinal injuries in Samoa and Fiji, and how did your role came into it? And I believe that must be one of those auspicious events last night,
Yes.
which you're part of. You wanna talk about it?
Well, I was caught off guard last night to actually thank everyone for their contribution. I just went up and just thanked everyone on behalf of the Fijians in Fiji for their contribution last night towards Fiji for the spinal. I didn't realize that, this was really a serious case back at home, and I'm going to have to go back home and have a look into this because no one has actually talked about it. There wasn't any awareness. There's no awareness about it.
Yeah, we hardly talk about it.
Yeah, not that I know of, but I'm in the rugby area. I've never heard about it. I've just heard about, someone's, got hit.
Injured.
Someone's got injured, but the aftermath, the aftercare, no one actually, followed up. But, I'm just going to have to go and have a look at it and see. And it's just encouraging to come to such a gala dinner fundraiser for spinal injury for Samoa and Fiji to find out that there's not enough facilities for rehab and care back at home.
It's a sad picture because when our boys are out there doing their thing in the field, we are all behind them.
Yes.
But after that moment, when that injury sets in, and then he's no longer known in the limelight, then we don't know where they are. But hearing from you, I heard that you were watching a few videos last night, and it was...
Yes, it was quite emotional. It was quite very emotional. I had tears. I thought of my son, who will be going into a local club in Nandi, and it just scares me, to see that there is such things like injuries and where to from there. It was very emotional.
What were some of the things that were raised last night? Probably some issues that are common in both Samoa and Fiji with regards to spinal injuries. Can you think about some issues that were raised last night?
I think it was the support from organizations. I don't know in Fiji if they do. I'm pretty sure there is, but I'm not really sure about it. But I think from what I gathered last night was more of a support for equipments and for rehabs, aftercare, and just donating. Last night's fundraiser, we raised about 300K last night, which was an awesome amount to support Fiji and Samoa. And I just want to, give up my hearty thank you, Vinaka Vakalevu, to all those who actually came in and supported this great cause. Yeah, so...
Can you remember if there was some data or some figure released last night about how many how many cases of spinal injuries in Fiji are there in Samoa? Can you sort of recall, or do you have a rough number of? Do you have some in Fiji at the moment, like some really serious cases?
In Fiji, I saw there was about 3 cases. One of them was from Australia. He actually went over. Can't remember his name. He went over to continue to do his rugby career, to support his family back in Fiji.
And now it's vice versa.
Now it's vice versa. So his family is taking care of him, and that broke me, because for him to come back, he was so intentional going over to Australia and then play rugby. That was his career, to support his family. But it's just so heartbreaking to see. Then the family is taking care of him, and with this fundraising, it'll be a very good cause for them, to help them to support this family back at home, to take care of this rugby player. Yeah, but I'm sure there's some others in Fiji which hasn't been highlighted yet, but in Samoa there is. And and Richie McCaw, he actually gave in a great speech about this spinal injury. So I'm just waiting upon anyone from Fiji. I'm sure there is someone to come up and just cause an awareness and talk about this spinal injury. Yeah.
Now we've been talking and we've been mentioning the term spinal injury. Yeah? We are not experts in the human anatomy. Why is spinal injury so damaging to a person's life?
Yes.
Do you want to elaborate? Do you know a bit about that?
Yeah, just a little bit. Basically, there's no movement and all the nerve endings are all dead, and there's just no rehab after that. I have a cousin who had spinal injuries from playing rugby, and it's so amazing here in New Zealand. She got the support. She was told that she will never walk again. But then the rehab and everything that's here in New Zealand, it's great, and she's walking. She came to the gala dinner last night, and because she knows what was it like to be in that place, so she came, and it was really great for her to come and see and to support this good cause. Yes.
After the limelight, after all the hoo-has of the good high-end rugby game, and then all these things just sets in suddenly, and then they are returned to their families. Why is it important to encourage the family despite the fact that they are not playing again? Why? Because they have a very big role in looking after them every day, day in and day out. So do you think support should also be directed towards family?
Oh, of course, yes, should. That's what they need. That's what, especially the ones that are involved with that spinal.
Because there'll be no more clubs.
Yes.
There'll be no more overseas contracts.
Yeah.
There's no more money. He's got no other friends except family.
Yes. And for us Fijians, the biggest thing is the loloma. We have this compassion in us, that's built in us, that we go out of our way to support and to care for such cases like this. And as for, I haven't been in their shoes yet to talk about, what's it like to be injured and lying there. That I have to really, last night's gala dinner fundraiser was a big thing that I have to go back and think hard about these things and cause awareness and support the family back at home, especially the ones that are facing this.
Now that you have attended that event last night, and you now had a knowledge of all the stakeholders that are involved. I've been hearing some big names, Eric Rush, Richie McCaw, Temuera Morrison. What do you think is in place for Fiji and Samoa, probably say in the next 5 to 10 years, in terms of help, probably grants or health assistance?
If only,
is there a future there?
Yeah, there will be a lot of future. Future into this, because now that there's awareness, out there. I hope that the Fiji government will look into this. The government is great, so I'm pretty sure that they will get into this, and I'm sure that they have already. But then these are the little gala dinners. These are all the little fundraising that's just going to come in and add on to these. So yeah, I see a big brighter future for this spinal injuries. Yes, and in fact, not only spinal injuries, other injuries as well. Apart from spinal injuries, there's other injuries like accidents, So that will be also looked into by this particular fundraiser. Yeah.
Before we finish, I'll just try and go back very, very briefly to the details of what you do in your role in terms of these types of serious injuries. Can you relate your work to these injuries, like them occurring or not?
Basically, my role is to relieve tension of the muscle, especially when they had a hard day training, contact, and training up at the sand dunes, and they come back and they're really tired and exhausted. That's basically my role. Not further than that.
Right.
That's physio.
Right.
So for my role, if a player comes in and say, okay, I really need my calf muscle, it's really tight. So I'm always really careful with attending to that muscle. I make sure that my team is doing a deep, comfortable, deep flush, so that we don't injure the player or injure the muscle more. Or it's more like a good pain, not something that to inflict pain, more pain into the muscle. So that's basically my role, is to just relieve tension of the muscle and do a lot of flushing. And then straight after that, because I also we release toxins and lactic acid off the muscle as well. So I get to recommend to the players after each massage is to scull a bottle of water to flush that toxin and lactic acid. So when they come the next day, they fit.
Like they're ready for
that. Right. Another session.
For the session ahead of them.
Ahead of them, because basically what the toxins and lactic acid does, it really restricts the muscles from moving. So that's basically my role.
Which is why they're tight at times.
Yes. Okay. Yes, sometimes, it's food, what you eat. And in our food chain right now, there's a lot of chemicals in there. And you just don't know what you're eating. It's always good to eat organic stuff. And I quite like how these rugby players, I see their meals are very healthy. It's a lot of greens, and it's just so good to see them eating minimal, not like not like how we eat,
like a mountain Fijian plate.
That will make them. It'll be harder for them to run on the field. So yeah, so basically I just go in and do that for them, and they feel better the next day. Yeah.
Just before we go, there are probably some out there who are also interested in the field that you're in.
Yes.
Probably young girls or young mothers. Don't know, probably some young men.
Yes.
And maybe it'd be good to hear from you yourself, giving them a word of encouragement, and insight into what you do. And there is a future in that, not only in playing the sports, but in looking after the very people who are making us famous in that sports.
Yes. I just want to encourage young men and women in general, not to lose hope, not to lose faith in God. Keep yourself focused in God in whatever you do. I'd like to share that scripture in Matthew chapter 6 verses 33. It says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God in his righteousness, and all these will be added unto you. So you cannot go out there with your own knowledge and your own will, and when you add everything unto the Lord, when you add God into your cycle, into everything, your career path or anything, God will answer that. God will come through in your prayers or whatever the desires of your heart is. Yeah, so I just want to encourage every young man and women out there to just rise up, because no one else can do that for you, only God.
Sanuita kini kuni marota kana italano enda ronga tapa to kaya kela ni lebu bikian ta sama to tangan non ta kata ka pa to kai tukumba kana wasa ka papalangi uir na physiotherapist yang sarango enda indai enda sa ngai ronga ta kasaraba ni tiku talanga dua na tambana karena nganda pasar bagale na non ta dong gitu sai ko na tambana ka baka tagi bagale na kana masir ragi bina kana masyala ni ngonra me baka ruta ki bina ka tuni simberna gitu dapat ka bina ka kina ena italano mai wasi tiku bikianta na ka bini singa dai kanu ita kini na baka ndolo mata tiku we ke muni na non da ngone lewa na dorbo mai biti oni sanga saran baga ni adoba ana ibaka tangen ngenda kileki no ira kara baka tokai na posa baka peritania na physiotherapist itu ko talanga na kaka baka tokai na masuas kanda saraba juga na kabini singa dai yang garaba juga na marama do mai vital no tiko seni gok ka etale ninda rongoda tiko mai bua ini sara tiko talanga endo ni kumu dorbo kina ngone lewa sa bagara itaka tiko ini na nonda tale itaka tiko na taka ya karsa nagi tiko mera buli talanga ini ka vengarabe ini ena tambano ya ena bagana nanu talinga ninda sini raw ninda na laki gito kede sini raw ninda na doni bi baka tabuli kede sini raw ninda na lai manindi kede ninda na timi itu ka sona tikina lalai raw ninda bagai tabikina mera bagaro takibina ko ira na nonda dongito en kana vala takitiko na eda ni buno biti na nonda bunua en butura raning gito tabanga era lagi bagai tabikina do mandanga bikenda na dengu lakalaka uni sarabi tu ko ndona nonda ngona bata ni RAI LESU kito akote tu kumbe kemu ni singa buke lulu sa ndamai rongo tatali tu kana kabini singa bagarombu kan dai enda na vito mani takatali tiko me ado bani katulu suka bulkan doni chulai ni mbara ni ndaga iteke bubu takana nonda ngona ni bimbulungodi menobulo oksita me ado bani nda siro pasara ni na bulo tisamo ni nda lesu mai na dengu lakalaka ko enda saraba sarmanda ni matei ni talano ni to wambu suta virtu tu ele vana doru erto sama ingito rakabiti ko tama ki makaro yo kalandi aotearoa ni Islandi kanda na rongo manda ni talano bembolei erto na talano takitiku wiki anda kanu itaki ni na bagan dolo mata talachinga wiki muni na ngone sana dorbo mo biti oni naki tiko me talapeta ke tali na ibaka tangen ngende ni no muni ingito rabi kina do tali na ibaka tangen ngende me bakani sa sanga wali tikunga ni kanga ngito erau ni rawa talanga kina na bula ke bakani to sulu kina na nonda ingu kita sar
Wale Saramaya sabu bertubula iku alumagu Kamila nambungi Kalabinaka makualino Narubunde bunde tikuma Makamuri nakamela nina Narubunde bunde tikuma Makamuri nakamela nina
Ni sambula utale na munita mata Psalome Rambo. Mai na ONO kina WALU kina VOQA KEI VITI AOTEAROA beke munina sangai iloba ramai ka saraba mai unili atambek. Nada bana VOQA ni bimbulongo di uni sama cukup kina na kabini singa dendai. Ngona na itongo no batra VOQA KEI VITI AOTEAROA kike muni na itondo bitokoni kike muni nanda usara ni bola mata ena live stream platform mai na ONO kina WALU. Arono dorobo apisai na ya bo bataki kolisão abungo erona ya da sakilili abo bekenda. Ero andara teman-teman ini singgeli ti bulbula ni tim ni biti kena non rau ve kalabun di rakabi na teman rau karu sama yang gitu tali tunga na dorbungo ya Aotearoa ya ni singa dendai ka kitombu kalungata ni kitombu sotar rau na madho bita sauti manindo kena na nito bital no laka ka manibu sota ke pakaya na sanga su charchong baka ni rongo binakatiko na katkotoni ya na buku ni koko tong bangani dang ini buno kito andam bitiko kina. Iyo, nuita kini kuni na marutak. Na uto ni talano ero mi wasia tiko biki anta na dorobongo. Boko sibi ni ravuli nga me biti era mai buli tong manta bagalele New Zealandi karabitu sa gitu na boni biasa ibura sarambasi katol mai Aotearoa en ken sanga itu nga me mai baga torota kita kita le na nona gitu rakabi. Kar sato ken dona ibaga tangen ngin dan ngonungo enda rauni kaya ni sapa kan tolo mata tok kan donu. Mena kan tolo mata talanga be kimuni ngoni mai biti. Oni naki ko muni bakaya ngatakan rakabi kasasanga ena tabata ni gitu rakabi mindo na iburi-buri nimbula bekimni.
Natango kolisi wa mujunia nguni nausona eta siri asuki namutini sangani la konrofi and yeah, I was born in Suva. Grew up in New Zealand. My dad played rugby. We lived in Japan when I was a small kid and then moved over to Palmerston North, New Zealand.
Did you ever went to school in Japan?
Just kindergarten, but I can't remember. Yeah.
You know some Japanese?
Konnichiwa. That's. Yeah, lived in Palmerston North for 11 years till 2017. Then moved back to Fiji and did 1 year at Lelin and then finished off at Silver Grammar. And did 2 years at USP. Then we moved to Australia. And then just start of this year, I came here to study and play rugby again.
How old are you now?
I'm 21 now, turning 22 this year. I have 3.
Yo, dola. Gue atho apisai, rato apisai, and then lang naivo, luvin na nawaka, Ostavuni. I was born in Suva, and I grew up most of my life Suva Nandi. We moved up and down, and then I kept on changing schools. We couldn't make up our mind, and then I finally finished my intermediate in Nandi. Then from there I went to Natambua High School. Then from Natambua, I think in my first year of playing rugby was under 15. I never played rugby in my junior life. I started when I was a teenager. It's a late start.
Catch rugby system in Fiji?
Yeah, my first year was my catch rugby. Yeah.
So you were under 14?
Under 15, I started under 15. Yeah. Oh no, under 14. So my avoids. Yeah.
Colin, how back can you recall your interest in rugby? Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. Since I was a kid, because
Watching that?
yeah, watching Dad. I remember he played for Manawatu. I think that's where it started, and then I still remember the first day he signed me up for rugby. We went to the stadium, and there were a lot of kids signing up, and from there, yeah, just been playing rugby ever since.
Did you like rugby from the start, or
Yeah, ever since I was
it a passion?
yeah, it's been a passion for me like my whole life. I think yeah, or even watching Dad play just like inspired me, and then yeah, it's just all I've known pretty much for my whole life.
Yeah, it was weird growing up. Then everyone just coming up to me and say, "Oh, your father played for Fiji. Oh, where is he at the moment?" Yeah, so that was most of my childhood. Just everyone asking about my father. So
Did you remember watching him on TV or videos of him?
Oh, videos, yes, because I think I was practically a baby when he was playing rugby. Yeah. So when I started school, he would have retired by then. Yeah. But yeah, I would pull up some YouTube videos of him playing, or sometimes he'll just show up on TV, some commercials in Fiji. Yeah.
Well, it's no small feat.
Yeah.
Getting into Super Rugby when it was Super 12.
Yeah.
I was here then. I think it was Vindiri and
Vindiri, Api,
Auckland Blues.
Auckland Blues.
It was an invincible team made probably of probably just All Blacks.
Yeah, All Blacks. Spencer.
How did that inspire you?
Yeah, when I found out they had, rubbed shoulders against those great players, also inspired me to like try and be at the level of how my father played rugby, and to try and work hard to try and be better than him, because I knew it's not gonna be easy.
Well, it's not a small shoes to fill, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure.
Well, you are studying at the moment?
Yeah, so Kimi and I'm studying sport and exercise science. So my goal is to be a strength and conditioning coach, mainly to help out Fiji too, because I know there's only like 2 now that have degrees in that are working in Fiji rugby. I think the more people in that degree, the more it will help. Even when I was in Sydney, I had to play rugby and study and also work. So
that's not easy.
yeah, it's not easy. It's really tough to balance all those things. But Dad told me, like, if you plan your time properly, have a diary, plan your days out, then it will be much easier to put focus on each areas. So I think that's really helped me transition to my life here in New Zealand just by myself. Helped me to plan my time wisely, stay on top of assignments, but also train and work as well.
Sakita kevolina kengui rai Iwa kana moli motani hawai Sena pula dhamende laniwa ina kengui serau Pangalala sa sokora kiau Pailongan ni rosil te Salulungan ng tandamogina Kuitakiani wakalua Salaki lutunomu Romuena wasaliwa Isa sana segatale diubah bosita diuakan bulu-bulu moro bula-bula tangguan genindong kamosa karusa salah kilutun rombu bakal malua au bakateranga senerawa Mai kele na tomba makare Salulungan ng tandamogina Kuitakiani wakalua Salaki lutudromu Romuena wasaliwa Salaki lutudromu Romuena wasaliwa
Yeah, when Pasi passed away, it was really hard on us, yeah, on the family, my father, also me as a older brother. You know, just knowing that someone that grew up with you won't be with you for the rest of your life. Still had his.
I'll be frank. I think you were sort of lingering in the backdrop when Pasi was in the.
Yeah.
Okay, now maybe it's Api Senior is going to give the torch to Pasi. But now when Pasi is gone, and then all of a sudden you're there. What's the challenge?
Yeah, it's a big challenge, because like he was probably gonna be better than all of us, and me as the older brother. He was like, I was just still, oh, see, you moving up, you being better than me, just go, don't look back. Yeah.
But now
like, yeah.
And you are back to the forefront.
Back to
Where you're
the
supposed to be.
Yeah. I think after his passing, just seeing.
And the family is all really behind you.
Yeah. It's like you see like all the people he touched when he passed, all the support, all the people that was with him in his journey, are now pushing me and my younger brother, and also the family, because they're still coping with the loss, but we're still pushing forward. Yeah. Like when because he passed just, I think 2 weeks when I was supposed to come over. Yeah. So I think that was a hard. I didn't want to come over. Only my mom said, "You guys go. Don't stay here. Fiji will, Fiji will always be here. Just go. Just go make with your life. Don't look. Who's gonna be there? Your family's gonna be there." Yeah. And yeah.
Koli, from here to where? So what's going on now? What club are you playing with? What position are you probably playing? I'm guessing loosely you're probably playing loose forward, if I'm correct. I can see you in crutches at the moment. So when will all this thing fade away and we'll be back to see the old Koli on the footy field?
So Yeah, currently I'm playing for North Shore Club. It's also where my dad started out his rugby career. So he came here like 1998, and he started off with North Shore Club. So coming here, since I was in the North Campus here, he wanted me to play for North Shore since it's a good club. And yeah, since I've been there, they've been really supportive, helped me transition easily. But I think 2 weeks ago, it was our second preseason game, and broke my ankle. But yeah, just a small setback. But got 4 more weeks till I can go into a moon boot, start putting pressure, and then after that, then I can start getting back into training. I play playing number 8 for the club. Yeah, just like that.
What's the aim for the future? What are you thinking? Fiji rugby, New Zealand rugby? You're sort of at the crossroads at the moment.
Yeah, at the crossroads. Just whatever comes first.
What
Pretty
comes
much, yeah. But yeah, at the moment the aim is just to rehab well and then recover, train hard, so that I can try hit NPC next year or year after.
Is there a last piece of probably not advice?
Yeah, so just keep working hard. Just focus on that one goal. There'll be a lot of distractions, but for me, putting my trust in God, putting Him first in everything I do helps me focus on what I came here for, just to play rugby. So yeah, just focus on that. Train hard, and don't compare yourself to others. Just compare yourself to how you were before.
Apit doon yung ito tinibosa is the last piece of word to family back home in Fiji, the clan, Yabusa, probably friends. I think English and Fiji so
You make sure you put God first in everything you do. Choose your friends wisely, because that's a big thing. And always put your needs first before your wants, because that will build up your life in the future.
There's a lot of ones in rugby.
You.
Oh, I forgot to ask you. From here to where? What are you doing? Who are you playing for? And your position, and what is the goal in the future?
So I'm currently playing for VOQA KEI Rugby Club. That's my dad's club from where he started. His club, yeah. Vendiri.
There's some big names there.
Yeah. Sivivatu. Yeah, there's a lot of big names in that club. So got some big shoes to fill, especially because I'm Fijian. And they're looking up to me. They always give the ball to the Fijians. Yeah. I play lock forward. Same as dad. Yeah. I wanted to play winger, but it's just too.
Hey, does he ever give you any tip like I forgot to ask like about that? Did he give you tips like playing Lucy's?
Yeah.
Because he used to play Lucy. Does Dad give you tips on?
Yeah, he usually gives me tips after the game. He's
like
why you missed that tackle? And
Yeah, like he was.
like does he watch your game?
Yeah, he watches my games and then he tells me how I can be better for the next. Yeah.
And how you
So like what lines to run and like shortcuts to take in the game, so you don't waste too much energy.
and why did you miss that try?
Huh?
And why did you miss that try?
I think one time he's mocking me because I got the ball, I got tackled, and I put the ball on the line. And then I was celebrating, and then they said, "Hey, that's the 5-meter line."
Sano ita kini kunya maru takana itala no rongo bina kenda rongo de tiko. Unu itaka vi kenda na sarabu tiko na no itala no kena no rombula na dorwo. Aresang su sartumba tu ni ni boso pagalewu. Sanga tumba ni matata pina kamba na no riba kamandala ibi kenda na reidi rautiko. Enda sa pagamuri tu may pagamalu na rakabi may viti. Ninda reidi ronga enda no numaleso na non rombula na non roi tumbu turanga. Mepakani ro antar mga talanga ni single ti bulu ni biti api say na yabo VOQA KEI na be koli sa mambu. Dasagay rongo daw titi ko na kendo italano Rato apisay na yabo VOQA KEI na koli sa mambu junior. Ka tali na bamuriato ka na be karo biwasi takatok. Membalatan ng gitar gabi na nabubale na be kara VAKARAU tekira tiko kina ena yang bakinin bola eran bola tiko kina keso nang boleh era sota batiko nira nagi tiko ena dona yang bakinin bola ngone sara era sa tiko kina mer bukan deitaka na no da gitar gabi mendua na yabu era ni rawata mikina erawa nira na rawata mikina endo na non rambola binak rawata lang akina na rawka domanda nga bikin na dingo lakalaka domanda bikin na ital ni sere kanu ita kinu ni maru taka chiko na nito ngono bat ki kemuni kito baka to karatiko nanon dangono bat ni RAI LESU ena kabini singa VAKARAUBUKA dendai ni katin ka walu tiko ni singa ni bulu chulai nyamba ki runo ndo luro sang bulu kaba nindele sumai dan rongot sarama na kiando italono api nisa na ebo kay Brighton leg. Ni arongo tiko na nondo italono apisay na yabo VOQA KEI koli sa mambu junior. Ninda rongo na yatongo endaro ni VAKARAUBUKA ni takasar VAKATOTOLE na ruo na yato rongo lebu. Erwa sa andara talamandanga na isinggali ti bulu-bulu ni timini biti enando na ngauna karo VAKARAUBUKA KEI rau enanondo jalan ni ngauna ni gito. Ienda indai dan rongo na kiado italono apenisa na yabo kay Brighton leg. Ruo na dorobo ruo na ngone Rusa main gitu tala tunga New Zealand kasa toso pina kasara tiko non rongito. Sa kira itu kono nomuni biting gomi. Ano po sa tiko bagay toke, ano po sa bagay bito apinisa. Ano po sa tunga, ano po sa bagay Peritania o Brighton leg. Ka sa kirebi kemuni na ngone. O ni rakabiti ko may biti muni saraba karungoda. Nabi karo wasietiko. Me sulitiko be kemuni na be bagaungeti. Ni rakabi en dua talangan ngoni sala era ni raw bin nakasara kina nabula. Kaya bakao ni yalundina. Yana kaya na zakazakataki.
Matay o sudumay suba. Buli SDA. O tia Tokisumbi Nandi. Buli Andrews Primary. Tekpo gitora na klasiwa. Gitorak tumaya. Wantan na katsi rugby. Anda 14. O tia laksari Ratnabula. Bultungi Ratnabula. O gito anda 16. Kapitan takana gito ya. Kita lusi ngabi kita ada na dins, arki, oting ame arki orto na tambon decewi lotak. Viti na kita raka, strik sarame baki nislanti datan, strik saranga. Nislanti ko suspend.
Ono boleh leso na hater kam?
Sang kita Sumbi South di New Plymouth. Ongi was taki lines ben.
Benar.
Aja di sa wango manito coach. Ngo sa tinum gitu. Aja suspend me tin kaul na mata. Nang gitu.
Lama boleh takin.
Boleh takin. O boleh takin mo gitu ngalutunga. Kuni sang ka si batni ndatol na buru sanango slanti.
So I started playing rugby league in Australia when I was about 3 years old. Started playing for Queen Being Kangaroos, and then family moved back to NZ to be closer to grandparents. Then I started playing rugby for Massey Rugby Club just down the road, and then went back to Fiji for 2 years in 2019, and I went to Supergrama, played under 17s there, and then won a national Dean's title. Came back to NZ on scholarship to Hamilton Boys, and then won the New Zealand champs, and then went over to Thailand and then won world champs as well. Currently playing for Fraser Tech down in Waikato, Pull the Bully. Currently in contract with Waikato as well, and with Chiefs 20s as well, so yeah.
Nugu mate matani ondotun me na singatam me matagal ni singatam mo kotana na ya ota otangiri me ki tukon me sarata ota kitola kona pitakiau me kitola ngole som tigelo toka oge revina me oge ba ota tukon salen kopas ota nugu ronga tanga sa pangal tungi lum di lori lako ngayon na balimbula wa mo tenga VOQA Charles talme balik itu vital na nakaya.
He's the main reason I'm playing this sport, so I'm going to try and be better than him.
O mata sin wambo tani na helo kwa tani ko keron to bibla katsunga keron mata to badula ki ko kangasi de basangi kwa o nung wala may o nakangatukunan na kita nung lakumike continue the legacy.
So Posse was probably one of the up and coming stars in Nandi at the time. Better than all his brothers. He's probably the best one in the family. Had just unfreakish talent. They're very good on ground, off ground as well. But yeah, it's just training that day was a bit fatigued and then kept on running and then just collapsed. So I was the one that took him to the hospital as well. And it just went downhill from there.
Like, was he okay when you took him?
Nah, he was just sweating. It looked like he just finished swimming or something, but yeah.
Did you miss him?
Yeah, missed him because he was gonna be my roomie when we went to South Africa, but instead I got somebody else. So yeah, it would have been fun if I had one of my little brothers come to South Africa as well. So yeah.
No, nunggu rongadana kona ya dambaltena nona lutme na ground. Osa kun skribir namo osa kun gitoraka. Atau na ayo atau na tuna kuah tos tunga wakambota. Atau na singit kono mengo sa kata kono mo visa. Mata utsingan itu gitu me suba antona Scott me Wesley alakuan saat kun vita ka kede nunggu na kede. Utsingan na bimbulu me singatara pa me lakukina me ko angkasi kana madame ange mureno.
Yeah, I'm surviving. I reckon discipline just comes with a goal. If you have a goal, then you'll do anything that you have in your power to achieve that goal. So like not drinking, not going out to nightclubs. I have a girlfriend, so I can't talk. But grog as well. It's just like laying off that will probably get you more steps towards your goal. So disciplining yourself around those. So like in New Zealand, I don't drink because when I'm in New Zealand, I come to achieve goals. And yeah.
Penisa, sinroro rakabi tata rakabi rona tukam saon talongoiku. Kake ditukin na ngonelewa na yangona na konivalangi tawako waboki o balance takabada pa nambula may raw ni discipline kaya nung sasanga chuk mo maroro na nung rakabi. Nada ba motivate taki chuk. What drives you?
Talangan kona alaku minisland o aku mai akabara na mo goals na kakede marat ndanaka let's
Kira kangor na tunga.
Mo ngarabi nakachinga nakalu sasanga nakakede mo takataka ko nga mo kanga na discipline kakede.
Brighton Chiefs, Fiji, what is on your mind at the moment? You are in the Fiji under 20?
Yeah.
But you've also been playing for Chiefs for a good passport.
Months, yeah, 2 seasons.
So, what's going on here? Who are you going to pick?
So, well, it's definitely going to be Fiji in the future, but at the moment I'm just focusing on club rugby at the moment, trying to catch some dubs because at the moment we're losing. But yeah, at the moment, just from week to week, it's club rugby, and as soon as I get on that plane, my mentality switches to South Africa. So, yeah.
So, can you talk us a bit about the next assignment that you in?
So I'll be going over with a couple of boys from New Zealand. Wasake Salambio down in Hamilton with me, and Malonu Kuniwave and
The Fiji team.
yeah, in Christchurch with the Crusaders. We'll be going over to Fiji for a month camp. Going through like our roles in that, and then I think in July we'll be heading over to South Africa, Cape Town, to be competing in the JWC. So yeah.
Nislandi bakame ako may gito Nislandi tsugunaka na gito tsugunta tala club na mo discipline ni gito batan ni renew laundry tala club so laundry overseas.
Well, I reckon in New Zealand it's just for development compared to all the other countries, it's just our coaching system. I reckon we got different coaches for any position or any skills. Like some of our boys in Fiji can't pass off their left and right, but come to New Zealand, kids that are year 5 can pass off their left and right and can kick off both feet. So yeah, I think it's just we start at a young age. Yeah, so started passing at like 3, and then yeah.
Is there last word you want to share to your peers out there before we finish off the interview?
Like
About rugby and athletic life.
yeah, just treat it like a job, like a 9-to-5 job. Go to work, go to trainings. You can use rugby as another way of living off as well, but just listen to your coaches, listen to your mum and dad especially, listen to your grandparents, and listen to God, because He's the one that creates your plans. And yeah.
Badi sa ando nakatu batang dolong gobiko. Pimano nim tunga vera ni nambula rautal nga panarapi.
Matanya kanga na mona dolak me kinike mate mo parong virtu na kita mo lak meke mo tos winaka yo milit nga nakalu garamina ka nakalu teren tsuba levu wale tsikona lakwa boki se bamuri orto tsukono friends
Mubri roy.
unaka
Konga? Sama ita patoka kia na italanoa kito kotoro tiko ni bikemu ni na bukan ini to ama isota virtu tu ele opana torbo erto sama ingi toraka viti ko etama ki makaro yo klandi ya Aotearoa New Zealand kanu ita kini kuni marau taka kia sar na bika kito mbora wate tu bikemu ni bo sibi bikemu ni na torbo bikemu ni na ngani buli siangkai kampata ke chungmai bang malu ni pesota na no muningi toraka vi kia bakau ni na kina kitiko karena bo nebutiko muni bakatoroida kita kana no muni kila kani kita ragavi merau ni rawati kina nambula be baka sarau begitu buru-buru na ngauna enda bitala no tiku kinongo erau ni rawata ke baka ni sule ke dikina na no muni ngo no mananga bikenda na dengo laka oni siama kata bacu kumai no ngono bateni RAI LESU maina ono kina WALU na biaka ni buke lulu ngana BAKARAUBUKA maina bonga KEI VITI AOTEAROA kanu ita kanu kini maru taka chukuna bika kita sara kita umbulong di kemu ni tu kini kita umbulong mena tuna no meni ndoni bengaravi bulo malaini linga levu liak vika tamani junior tamani ya no nomni tamata bisola merambo ni dele sumene dengo leka kongo dovi kanda kana ital ni serre endra sarap sarmanda ni mateni wasi ni talnoa ni non roto ama ngande boli bakang gitu New Zealand ya Aotearoa ya tamaki makauro ya Auckland ni tim ni under 16 ni Super Grammar School.
Sawana wanua balamu mediri konto ya mibakayawa nakira waitu wena kenari tobo dilasa si kalutu lenalo tomo baik kilomatu nakena bala tobu lalu mameu sadi mati Saraka lesu kina dewa Indomo kahu mai watu roba Andina masuti ko nga mga dingoma. Kinraw bakan raw na sirikaw, kaya soli kayaw. Sela diwa ka na matay, nunggu itaw. Sa wakatu na omelani, sebewa-bewa wale tunilani. Isa may bukita ni Leyaw, nunggu daw lumali. Oyawe au makalolo, nunggu dodomo kele saboda. Lutun romo koto ena toba, koloma-loma. Kasaraka lesu kina dewa, Indomo kabumay batu Roma. Andi na ulu au masuti ko nga bombao di goma. Au kania embeisina, tukana na waile ni batanu. Isawana meombao wakalanado. Mendaruase kuangani sota, nondomo talau wakayadora. Mandukangane kagugane komai boroka. Kasaraka lesu kina tewa, Indomo kabumay batu Roma. Andi na ulu au masuti ko nga monggay dingoma. Andi na ulu ngan masuti ko nga monggay dingoma.
Okay? If you have a disposable plate, it goes into the rubbish. And those of us with glass plates, you put it when you're facing the sink on your left. Right? Stack it up. You don't need to wash it, you will wash. And you place your cups in the sink on the right. So it makes it easier for your mothers to wash up. So that's about our cutlery this morning. The second reminder I want to make is this. please, when you go down to the sheds to get your towel, you get your towel. Everyone should have a towel. We're missing some towels from the sheds, right? Hygienically, we want you to have your own towel. So if it is not yours, do you touch it? No. Okay, good for it.
Yontona ka may bubiki to na patay ki. To ya to may nasinga tambuya. O yung manda nga be oche tol na singa. Seba unge be
Lebe mataw ba
be mataw ba lebe unan raki. Mata ini bida na singa antona kana matambata batike na biya mole. Sabi na katami sa tutu bitunga.
Raki juga New Zealand.
Raki New Zealand. Sa ni mataw biki to. O ba bina kami ado may nangunong ko. Angge be mataw to kamay. Mataw nan raki ke kita ngole sompo na lengi to i Auckland Grama do talel na level ni ki matambata talik ya
Iyo kila na kabia lutsara na matambata.
Kita ule sumai be sobir to nangone be ndi may no dun to tarir to be kami na matambata ya. Iyo babin binakani keto sa may bot yang gonto na madawa. Sindona lenga, sindona badalka, totok na benga rabi.
Maruti ko nangone na madon do sa kanya.
Maruti ko to nangone. Ramarota keti ko nabi program ke desa barota kitu berto. Barota to ni toto coordinator, wate ke orto na bulioti ni subograma e oklan. Kito kalungata ni kito may sarang gito, babit tarabi saranga.
Daru to kana tampan guri. Rakalungate so ni rarani sarang gito bagan don mo ni madaw. Kim do sarang gito sala bagaro.
Ko ngono keto may les may na sarang gito na singa barumbuka keto lotu na kami. Au barta kati berto na dorbo na kana kalungata kemdo kento kalungata. Keto sarang gito ni kuwa to nambali sarang gito limataka.
Super gito bibina karo.
Super rugby. Kanga tondo sobi kento sinibaskai may nondo tondi vale. Sinibaskai. Yung ko mo may chiko saranga nararaning gito o may tamba pati kair nando gito kunindo rito nga na Elo niyo rito elo o barta kati birto to sabando niya ketinga lubu di talanga na lonrato nambong ni barumbuka ni kito vital nota ka kung ano ka kito sa nito la kumengo nabi baro technical lobi na nito timi to sa babi ni na
kembambala na madondo mata sambu chungo sambu na madondo to taka bikim du
to taka ba ko tina madondo sa meyo tingo.
So as a parent, I believe that this is an opportune time to bring them out. They have learned something about rugby. They've developed their skills, but this is also an opportunity for the boys to showcase their skills and their talent in the field of rugby. And we also know that rugby is a big thing. It's a professional sport at the moment. So bringing our sons on tour, first and foremost, is for exposure to the sport. It's also exposure to how the sport is being played in a very developed country and a country that has developed rugby, has developed in rugby.
And is known for rugby.
Our boys look up to New Zealand rugby players.
The All Blacks.
The All Blacks.
Super
They also
Rugby
have
franchise.
Super Rugby favorites. And we've been fortunate to watch two two rounds, 2 games on Super Rugby on this tour. So it's really that exposure to the sport of rugby and how professional rugby is at this time. And at the age of 15 and 16, this is where they begin to make personal choices and decisions. And so should they be in a position to decide that the rugby, the sport of rugby is something that they would like to make a profession, then they have the opportunity to develop and further develop the skills, the talent, and really just the mentality toward the sport of rugby. Yeah? So that's, I think, one of the priorities or the main reason why this particular tour was, the idea of the tour was birthed. And immediately we had overwhelming response from our parents that yes, we would like our child to be on this tour. So that's one. I think at the other level, it's at a level of personal development. As I had mentioned earlier, most of our boys on this team, they are traveling without their parents. So, you know, traveling with someone else, being responsible for them, it's a big thing in life. It's also a big thing to be traveling alone. And so again, you know, our boys, we're seeing that
Looking after themselves.
Yes, they're looking after themselves, having to look after their own possessions, managing their bed space, their
Time
sleeping
management.
space, time management, etc. So at a personal level, our sons gain a lot as well.
Pro ONO.
Sakatale, keluar, betul. Sakatale, lano munilolo male. Sakatale, lano munilewa uetia, aina rusa kinamura. Sakatale ibeyau nano munilewa muniloloma no muniloloma eusibita na beka kedema loloma no muniloloma euamale nonguturanga chisu sakatale nano munilolo male sakatale ibea nano munilewa singabe mbongi sakatale ibea nano munilewa no muniloloma eusibita na beka kelema Loma, euambale nunguturanga tisotale sakatale nano muniloloma sakatale ibea
Ketensan ko may pangakin to barong gitu. Kung mga kids ko mas tako may bibili na no. Ala ini kamu na kasi minta ka tendo na ka. Kung mo class ko yun for purpose. Yung lain ko di bang on ini dia. Nani mo kaya sinakasaba dito kento we. Tumi bale. Ako no daw tumikina. Kang ando ka sa coach. Yurong mo hindi ka. Rai ko it's sam. Masansing teknik ko abang buci ko. Don. Don. Taka bata. Bilo main servali. Kaj.
Naka
Ramos. Satu gerak itu orang betul-betul. Pertama susu. Kamu balik. Yourself warm. Your responsibility is to get yourself warm. But kita jangan tu tak apa nama. Don't tell him. We're looking for things to get out. Get what? Better. Okay? Get better. As we go along the tour, we want things to keep getting better. Understand that Pusambi to Mana Munichi. We launch from that platform. Okay, let's work hard. Atur tu.
Saka
Terus ya.
Lawa.
We started this journey last year, September, when we decided that yes, this is something that we all wanted, and we started the preparations back then. So yes, it had been not an easy feat, I must add. We had fundraisings. You know how it's like back home. Money is very difficult to come by, and with all the differing obligations that each family,
different opinions,
yes,
different observation,
exactly,
different thoughts on whether the tour should go or not.
Well, from the offset, we all agreed that the tour was going to be something that we all wanted,
beneficial to them.
Yes, and most importantly, it was something that the boys needed. It was going to be beneficial to them, as you say, and it has been an eye-opener to most of them.
Exactly.
Whilst being here. It probably wasn't what they had thought before we left, but now that we're here, the opinions, the comments that are coming through, we are quite grateful that we did decide to take on this tour. The journey from inception to when we departed, yes, it had been a very challenging one, especially trying to collect the necessary funds for us to make it here. I know that this was planned amongst the parents, and so we really didn't want to involve the school, even though it's a school team, but they did support us very well once the head of school was notified of the plans of coming to New Zealand, and they have supported us thus far. But because this was initiated by the parents, we knew that this was something that we needed, we had to foot the bill ourselves, and so we needed to collect money to be able to pay for all our expenses being here. So yes, I will say that it wasn't an easy thing to do.
Not an easy role.
Yes, I deal a lot with the parents in terms of the preparation in coming on this tour, but now that we are here, trying to coordinate the 35 or so boys
it's fun in some ways. It's very challenging
It
in
can be
others.
tiring as well.
It is very tiring emotionally and physically, especially when we keep repeating instructions over and over. But I think so far the boys have been good. We've had a few mishaps here and there, but I think with the other mums that are here, we are constantly talking to them, and they know what's required of them to do. And we've received feedbacks too from the club that we are staying in, that these are well-mannered boys. We
good on them?
Well, yes, that's what we've relayed back to the boys, that we're receiving good feedbacks. But with us who live with them in camp, we levu chikuna vangon ngonea levu taltingana vangas ngasea. And so we need to keep a curb on those things as moms, and we are here for all of the boys that are in camp. So we
And for
have
all the mothers back at home,
yes,
and the parents,
on behalf of all the
they'll
parents
be
back at home.
relying on you to look after
Exactly. So yes, we have house rules that we've established while being here, and the parents know that while they are away from them, they are in our care while we are here. So the safety and the security of these boys are our responsibility.
Na lako minggu kin wala may related tol sa VOQA KEI VITI naman. Tol sa VOQA KEI VITI naman ko sa kawi ala ta katubir may viti. Na lako mo.
Nina gitu keda.
Nina gitu keda, nina ando nina start at least once. Mendo nandong gitu. May tiku utak na gitu. Yan no na goal level nindo na vanando mo nindo gitu ya.
Sindando via tapi to ngai to katali kedi via ni. Deve na kade menda didi mada banarano ni.
Di na sar. Amen tu never tono so nangito kede ko la ko tumi ko ni re tu na de. Tu tinga le vida tu na chikulo maya. Yan na bibi sa kede tu na kenabo. Ruana wi na matening gitu ro tumpa na karon gitu. Katol gitu. Bibi sa kede sara. Trabulli para sa tiyo kang gram ko ito VOQA KEI na era terangan kitu mekina sare sa sonangon rasusungi serangan rakabi sar to kata halut no doro to isaw ya iyo
ore tanga nararar tong gitu kit sar tong kital tong ngaba netes
gori na do tan to kana oklan gram chini kabi to na kana chimi rakabi ronundul wonan rauna doro rebuli tiguna oklan gram che mamma dalla via una turna coach new na gitu tuno kwa tuno kwa your boys really outsmart our boys today and so yeah we are never gonna be the biggest team in the Auckland comp ni sanga gitu na ni Samoa na ni Tonga ko mera kaliliwa so we try and beat them with smart rugby itu gitu ya gitu ke meretal sindo non tu mertu tiku na mertu ngai attack mertu lita makana kai ele bunga ni tu dalo gitu ko tano korto ngai kata ki di fed of
kento siang tu sa build up tu
iyo kuena ni tu iyo tu sa kuena tambanan ni kena viso tiku basuri ni gitu non rekilangan nando gitu na non remono merto sukin sa viso basuri na po kaya korto kaya kita talir na dorbo na kay sa patel tu anak kay really terus ngabul kawal bisa na kay ko yan na bulyo na dorbo kuna uci menang kita gitu lismay na kiamba matakal ni sing tarara may ente ke balay
don na weekend na medan do pamurian na rakabi yung man do usin lo malanga wakau obata taratiko nada ba na yung mabubisik na usaha na kinakisar mo may sar-sar mas ngatara. Do tental na tim indar to grara na siya. Nada ba nakabu niya ngay kabi.
Yor sana da nga nador sarang gitu di mana matakali. Sarang matakali talbir nador na di kay hayat. May wakina na ndo.
Bimbi merkila na ba
iyo. Bimbi na ngono na analysis na review na preview teknik na sota. Review teknik kita sa hotel na ba la binaka. Ba siya la binaka. Meron dar dikira na da mendangi babuli ti biro na ngoni. Kaya siya anda la ko matambok sa tunga. Babuli na mata ngona tackle tal mata men gol tackle tal mata niya. Ya abi na katsi nagtagal lang uning gitu. So mga kito minta ka na matakan singa taraw. Ami michu na tatango maki. Nga kana toso da gitu na lalangan ita tatango maki ami kunito chiku wandu. Wataki na kana sanga isanga na polo que de toso iliu. Me totoo gitu kira nir to dorbolele una dorboni secret. Itu sanga mi gitu totolo ya totolo no wasi di polo. Dito tatangumang kaya gitu apa na tasarang abi secret radio. Itu yang dua sarang kalau tunggu visi kutuen itu lam itu. Kalau sarli rangon nga. Kalau sar tu riba main cimi secret sa gitu kan sa sarawato kan kalau ni kita ni uci. Iya. Ya batu kaya na may babi nakatagin ng gitu.
Masu kali usangan rewa meu sere takayani naya laitio nibuke yau manda nangandre ni alongu au mai tagira Kei VOQA Haleluya, Kei VOQA Haleluya, Haleluya, Nibuke yau mada Nangandre ni alonu Au mai tangi lagu Haleluya Kei VOQA Haleluya Kei VOQA Haleluya Haleluya
Vabe na imate ni wase ni talano ni rongo juga. Na liliu erto mo sotaba. Iya ni sa date mo ni naki ni kame ngarabi embu mai toso binakatalanga no to gito. Ka nuitaki ni marutaka so na itamba mboko te ni bikemuni boko sibi bikemuni na dauni bitokoni bikemuni na vulioti kemuni na itubutumbu. Ni vitala mai bat kirto ina no tua bimbiu mai biti ni kuni sana sarra batalitico sarra ni reta ndo nan raki erto mo sotabe ke boko sibi en no to mi sangati ko merto men garabi na sarita bi erto ngai mikina sei ko ngai ningi to rakabi erto mo sotiti ko kina kene bi no kuribuli lele ningi to rakabi etama ki makaro yo klandi VOQA KEI AOTEAROA ni sinadi deles mena dengo laka Porque não dona que na tal ni serre be balanga uni no da bimbolo ngodi ena kami singa bokaro buka dindai sandara saraba sarni uti uti tal no bikenda ai koroni waswase ikendo tu tal no na dorbo ni na sese tim ni under 16 erto mangito abogitiko ay AOTEAROA ini Islandi.
tai ngosi ni maternity mo monroko to may New Zealand ya. Bro, matala maternity mo monroko to may na maternity mo wala makin. Do sama redar rawanan raki ni veituli raki. Taro ni bibu kay ni kina Aotearoa. Ano kita na.
Diyan sir.
Bisa berdor kay tung may nambak.
Don maternity mi wango kito wala may wabibu kito mi bimasta falolo ini golong. Ko sana sangai untuk tali takabuli ngako na wala lingi to takapin sila. O klandong sa angolem beka talang amay. Sangi binakato ko may osevir na duro mer rida. Akini kata twiki. Agay umule lesu ni sila jina bagya. Agay kira-kira ko mikiro. Pero manila ko watu ngamay erto na anda 17 na bagya. Kala ko mikina sana vida na yata ngame to sumina kasar. To sumina kan isulan to sumina kami paran si ndo tsona titong. Kito to so buchingu. O tsona sana singa main rebote kito. Tsona sa ambio ngito. Sa tal tuna ubisa ki sa ubis ti tumba. Tsona ngame indar na siglet ni le habitu ni isulan. Mo ndar tala siglet ni le habitu ni vici. Dar na siglet ni nofhaba. Na super rugby. Kuya watanga na pakasama ya. Kuya bu pakaturo to ni berna nito itumbu na chimigo. Siya bakata na erna nanto doro. Era nir sa talitakan din nang gitu. Talitakan din nang gitu. Karena doro bula bakay bakarau to karo ni kaya. Sini rarong na bosa. Kira bilang tum berana doro yang amera mo de tanang Island sa dona tangin dini ibi ba tordak tay sa edo botu. Siya nga wala nga nang gitu. Taw tumbatal nga balata na dona kali ng life after rugby. Ito na kaya manggiragay iragay mi wait tigir kin na doro ni sa huti nang gitu rakabi.
Kila ni sedot sumbanga ni na pangananan mo. Ichiko nga na rakabi.
Iya.
Ko research ko ba na dapat na avenue chino
rakabi.
Kue doten to kina na ido ni bengarabi garabi kina na no dong gitu ni sila.
Jina sar era kawai tingin na dong gitu. Dari na ukito may bidili si mona man kurus. Era na rugby club. Sa win takabaro na probitara na bangon nang gitu kana club game way o kalang. Era tinga na bibaruway na biya kay no nang garabi to na dong gitu. Era ngon lalai. Nonra nabi kami belatan nonra gitu. Yo Robina katala merme duru mana duru na merme na kena level todo. Sarama ida kamu tunggu. Nama tini madamu. Itu sarap saram na kona yang bagi bayam bagi lima ya. Main lah kona yang bagi WALU le atau yang bagi cini kapa. Itu ni sarap na kena ko ida kay kurni buli.
Ani le sarap na super friend.
Sale la ko sarap na super. Siang ani da katumbe kana na ATM kapilo maya. Yona
Ersari de kelser ngane kerita.
Iyo. Ersari ni ti singkem barra talanga ni ndo chinga na wale di kaya da kachi. Mai daki me baru tu misum.
Bimbi kito kay ni nakarabuli to kay nera.
Iyo. Sangi berapa madala chukuna na libari sini club. Ni wir na coaches ke de korabolo ni chu via kabi. Ndo che ba se tol na mada orando la kondona clinic like. Liba madala birra na nonra union.
Kangge me daki.
Iyo, misawa si sumay. Cara lifestyle may. Lo rich kumi daki na lianga na lima na bag na ba na bag ichi na rich tu. Na lianga sa lo rich kumi sangi la sumay. Cara mi ba bina kata sar chiwi na nararani wa tabuli. Bitumbi birra na biya kai.
So our club, we named our club the Lions Ruggers 26 because we are going to be representing the school in the under 18 grade in the year 2026. Yes.
Not an easy task?
Not an easy task. It has been a very challenging journey, but we have managed to continue to pull our parents together and be able to come and confirm and also finally be here during these 2 weeks holidays. We started this journey last year around September when we decided that yes, this is something that we all wanted, and we started the preparations back then.
All my life it's been grammar. Every day it is grammar. Let me say this is grammar. Hey, grammar. All my life it's been grammar. Every day it is grammar. Let me say this is grammar. Hey, grammar. Let me say this is grammar.
Another lion on the streets, amigo rider. Notorious sound from the seaside. Trena mubumba si makadiri no mustyle. Pasi mana we gon' take it really wild. The great course general, making it so edible. Chew it up and spit it out, then put it on a pedestal. With the hot boom, higher than the moon. Got the squad all vibing to the tune. Step aside, Sarah for the blue and yellow. Boys getting hype while the ladies staying mellow. They don't know, they don't know. Flags in the air, super grammar.
Grammar. All my life it's been grammar. Every day it is grammar. Let me say this is grammar. Hey, grammar. All my life it's been grammar. Every day it is grammar. Let me say this is grammar. Hey, grammar. Let me say this is grammar.
All my life it's been grammar tunga. When it comes to competition, everybody chase when the lions set the pace. Break so many records, we about to cop a case. Bright colors, coats, gray in the place. Super grammar champs, holla boom my yeah. We did the damage in the dance. No competition, cause nobody stand a chance. Make way for the overdue champs. Slide ones here to make a stand with the camp. Whole squad fully amped. Super grammar tunga, tungi, tunga. How we chat.
Grammar. All my life it's been grammar. Every day it is grammar. Let me say this is grammar. Hey, grammar. All my life it's been grammar. Every day it is grammar. Let me say this is grammar. Hey, grammar. Let me say this is grammar.
We were told that Auckland Grammar is one of the best schools that display rugby talent, and so for us to be able to play against them on the day, despite the cold, I should say, it was freezing that day.
And they're playing on the turf.
Yes, and we were playing on the turf. So that's something that's totally new to the boys. We're just they are very used to the normal ground, but to play on an artificial turf was new to them. And the weather was freezing cold that day. Even when we arrived there at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it was so windy and the boys were so cold. They even did their warm-up inside their change rooms just to try to avoid being out in the cold. And here in Auckland, as soon as the sun disappears, it's so freaking cold. And so kudos to the boys that day. Despite the cold and despite rubbing their hands during the game, they managed to score. I think they scored two tries that day against Auckland Grammar. And to us, that's a big achievement considering that we are playing against the second 15s. And they are one of the top rugby schools here in New Zealand.
Dunia rona nonton gitu. Kei Auckland Grammar, kei Sacred Heart. Nakana takosubi baka ono na lainnya. Robi Auckland Grammar, vavi Sacred Heart. Nanomudu pick and drive on tiko. Sabi doon score ng duwing Hindi pa madalaman na balatan na numuni tiba ka chukbir na bana na kita. Nisa vitara bicho kumay na wotal tali ni bibis kaya natuko may isa ng duwa. Merto sa sangatin na.
Na rich na nisyo kanji karena tahu zara kora vitu zake. Kung vitu birtu nanuntu high performance unit nanuntu na Fiji rugby. Kaya wala na near league ito na chiminiwis. Doon na nuntu sa ngayon may wali ni mengi ito ba't kinis lang na set piece na scrum na line. Doon na puno kaya kito sambo sa nga sarang kami kito yayin ta kami.
All my life it's been grammar. Every day it is grammar. Let me say this is grammar. Hey, grandma tuna. All my life it's been grandma tuna. Every day it is grandma tuna. Let me say this is grandma tuna. Hey, grandma tuna. Grandma tuna. Grandma tuna. Let me say this is grandma tuna.
Another lion on the streets, amigo rider. Notorious sound from the seaside. Bumbashi no style. We gon' take it pretty wild. The great courts general making it so edible. Chew it up and spit it out, then put it on a pedestal. With the hot boom, higher than the moon. Got the squad all vibing to the tune. Step aside, Sarah for the blue and yellow. Boys getting hyped while the ladies staying mellow. They don't know, no, na ra. Flags in the air, super grandma tuna.
Grandma tuna. All my life it's been grandma tuna. Every day it is grandma tuna. Let me say this is grandma tuna. Hey, grandma tuna. All my life it's been grandma tuna. Every day it is grandma tuna. Let me say this is grandma tuna. Hey, grandma tuna. Grandma tuna. Grandma tuna. Let me say this is grandma tuna.
All my life it's been grandma tuna. When it comes to competition, everybody chase when the lion set the pace. Break so many records, we about to cop a case. Bright colors, coats, gray in the place. Super grandma champs, all up, boom, we did the damage in the dance. No competition, cause nobody stand a chance. Make way for the overdue chance. Slide lines here to make us stand with the camp. Whole squad fully on. Super grandma tuna, how we chat.
Grandma tuna. All my life it's been grandma tuna. Every day it is grandma tuna. Let me say this is grandma tuna. Hey, grandma tuna. All my life it's been grandma tuna. Every day it is grandma tuna. Let me say this is.
And I think it was because of the cold. That day when we went to Auckland, Grandma, it was cold, and we were told that was the coldest day of the week. And the boys were really struggling with the cold.
Kaito ngango na tumbu-tumbu, kito ngwalewat ko may kerto na under 16 ni Super Grammar School. Erto may ngito wabo kingango yo kalandi. Sa may dava ruan ng gito. May katoling gito tinuniku ay Sacred Heart College. Merto na sota tiko batake na Timinisiakan 15 na Sacred Heart College. Saya wara kitingo, saya baka tingno buling ko ay Sacred Heart College, may suka maya. Mengke may bador tingnan gito ni rota na wana kaloko. To na dorobo, to na lenti mi serto tiko na lomani change room, or to babaro timekina. Kaito na marama, kaito sa batang-batasar nga balebu. Kaito mendanda bitungo pinamata ni singa. Kaito may baka ta singa to. May wara ka nga na ang gito na panakalok, may kito ng gaito sa yani, narara sa Risandoya, ground number 3 mbeka. Ono pa ando to narara ni gito, rakabi nara kurbulingo. Tale, roto na kan rara ni soka, kurbuli lebu. Na swimming pool, ruwa, kumpira talto, to lumbeka se ba. Kito, may wara kerto tunga na dorbongo, may bakata singa tu, pati nararanggo di lebih nakatikin na singa. Ito sabanan ng TV, tina kata-kata ni singa na lebih ni batang-bata. Nano kito atu may Auckland Grandma na batang-bata ni Bonoya. Orto mandana dorbo, orto ngito tiko. To sabak kilati ko ng batang-bata, nangonir to ngito kina. Sabakay nunu na lingan rito. Nangoning gitu. Doon na experience ko na kaverto na darobo. Perto may expose tayo kinang gitarra kapag kinabuno alibong go kalandi. Merto rere kina lebu talto na opportunity sa tu na buno alibong go kalandi.
a couple of things, and we'll go through it later. But let's just keep the sternums about here. Right. Keep the tackles down. Because, you know, when we get tired, we have loose arms because we're not thinking. So use your legs, crouch down, get in position to tackle. Because I don't want to have to go to my pocket because it's a good occasion. So let's be disciplined. And, you know, the old offside line, don't rush out of line. All that stuff, flankers stay on. I'll communicate clearly. If I say last feet, take a step, you need to take a step. So I'll keep the game open and flowing, which is really important because we want to play advantage. If they knock it on, by all means play advantage. Don't stop and look at me, and I'll tell them the same. So we just keep the game flowing, all right? Does that suit you guys? Yes. And in the break and play, he'll come and talk to me. The simple reason is, he's your leader, you follow him, he'll communicate with me at the appropriate time, all right? All right, then that's nice and clear. Anything else you want to ask me?
Can we just do a kick off by 5 minutes?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I won't hold you up.
We've had since today 2 games. We're playing our 3rd game today against Sacred Heart College, and we understand that they will be playing the second 15. We've also played second 15 teams for Massey High School as well as for Auckland Grammar. And whilst we did not come away with a win in our second game with Auckland Grammar, I think the experience in playing with New Zealand high school teams at this early age would be an experience that personally I believe the boys would take away a lot from their rugby experiences here in New Zealand on tour. But I think if they should go into professional rugby, this would be an experience that really is a beginning to all of that. We're also looking forward to getting back home, and it is because as soon as we arrive back home, school starts, and when school starts in the second term, our sons will also be beginning their rugby season. So this really is a timely lead up or lead into the new season for this year, and so we're here having a wonderful time, a wonderful experience in life, not only for the boys but for all of us mothers. This really is the first time we're traveling with our sons on tour overseas, and just experiencing the cold weather. The sun is out at the moment, but it's still chilly. And as mothers, when we're running up along the sideline cheering our sons, we're also acknowledging how cold they could be feeling on the field. But we know that it's a lifetime experience for them. So again, looking forward to today's game. I'd also like to acknowledge the support that we've had from friends and family that have come to visit the boys and the team, and also supporters at the grounds when our boys run on.
Ama inevitable na session na kita na turang na high performance unit manager may video mas pabila mengantol na nung kasi ultra na kira sinya na sangit searching may wali na scrum.
Di sini ko takunum do scrum.
Rakin daw dala tagay kin na scrum may la kana so sa paparog na tatong may baka kin na line out. Minarawanya sa nangailera orto na piken go ko da katigunya.
Vida no to polo do boto ko sa top na.
Iyo, vida na polo kito boto ko da iyo sa bimbi sa na kana tigu nang kito. Dali ato ni lomya. Everything should take care of itself ra do to gunay. Kaya makasa doon siya nga nakanta ka siya. Wala na gobernador ko ni rasa tombok kasar siya kumay. Sa may bayador sa renisyon. Ito sinimbu bayador mi balu bibit. May bayador sa renisyon dito sa rangay.
Okay lang sara ba kami kaya sar soto to ko tir nang ni kaya.
Iyo, sar takta trabajo.
Bia barita katalngera so nakasabi dito.
Iyo, kaya baka nataka sara kisar kilatigur. Kaya baka nataka ni ba Italia. Siya, doon taman ni Undrendreli warnas pa. Kaya lang ko binagay kaya nataka wata wa unit. Darangnya rawagin. Kaya tapos sa binalens ko nito.
Let me say this is grandma tunga, 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 grandma tunga. All my life it's been grammar tunga. Every day it is grammar tunga. Let me say this, it's grammar tunga. Hey, grammar tunga. Grammar tunga. Grammar tunga. Let me say this, it's grammar tunga.
All my life it's been grammar tunga. When it comes to competition, kwasarangaya. Everybody chase when the line set the pace. Break so many records, we about to cop a case. Bright colors, coats, gray in the place. Super grammar champs, holla boom, yeah. We do the damage in the dance. No competition, cause nobody stand a chance. Make way for the overdue champs. Slide ones here to make a stand with the camp. Whole squad fully amped. Super grammar tunga, tunga, how we chat.
Grammar tunga. All my life it's been grammar tunga. Every day it is grammar tunga. Let me say this, it's grammar tunga. Hey, grammar tunga. All my life it's been grammar tunga. Every day it is grammar tunga. Let me say this, it's grammar tunga. Hey, grammar tunga. Grammar tunga. Grammar tunga. Let me say this, it's grammar tunga.
We brought 35 boys, and they were all told that they will have game time. So even though it's not the usual first 15 that we're playing, the fact that our coach was able to play everyone, that was indeed something that the boys look forward to. They knew that they were all going to play. We played against Messi High on the first day, on Monday, sorry. We played against the second 15s. And on the day, I was told that the second 15s they were playing 16, 17 and 18-year-olds.
Yes.
So imagine
Yes,
the range of age groups and different sizes playing against our 16-year-olds. And to come out victorious on the day, that was really a bonus. And I think it was a booster too for the boys, to be able to play the second 15 and come out winners in that game. We didn't expect to win. That was something that the boys were being told. It's coming and displaying their talent and work together as a team and be able to execute what they were taught back home. Because these boys have been training ever since the school holidays, during the Christmas break, in preparation for the tour. There has been a lot of changes from when they played the under 15 grade and that season ended, and then they continued training because they knew that there was a lot more that was required of them in preparation for coming to
Isang mga dapat talibik yan, nanon ang una bata na kami ni Singapore rumbungan din dahil ni katin ka walu tingin siya ni bulu chulay na bagiron ng dolo rosa ng bulu kaba binasar balebo na naman isya na dapat kaya naloka tiko may ano itakin ko ni maraw takitiko na nito bimuya ka taka malua ka biwa kita ka taka malua na ipakaraw ni nanda bimbulungodi kaya na birungodi domo kita sana kinakikina medo ni katulo sa bulu kando ni singa ni bulu chulay yan na RAI LESU tiko so nakatakato ni kita sa bito tiko ni bikemuni may tiko ni nanda Bagaimana numuli sitiko, kabi tal no takatalitiko, kabi bakila kata kitalitiko, so na uto ni bagaimana no tali. Kito ambo baga songgo na rauto ni bikim ni karawa, ni tabi bulongo dito kito. Kito salaloma kita sorto yani, main raki ya kalandi. Bulong malay ni linga levuliag, vika tamani, junior tamani, ya no nomni tamata abi solo meram baga no itaki ni nang garabi na kasar na itabi satu, ya no muni madawa satu yung matanda, ya na nagay berongo dito matali, ya na singo bukilulu. Yana madho mingo, may na ONO kinawalu, yana VOQA KEI VITI AOTEAROA, ni na tomani talikina, na nonda nga ONO bata, ni RAI LESU, pinabali mo na siyam na dapat kina loka tikumay, ni mo damata.
Loma taro tu elomangu Kona numial bekali Niko samai bakawele kilomangu Mosindi na kau ngalili Eve imbongi ni unda-undabo Aura moda nanda momuni Na kamida ni No munda undere Kei na rama ni matamuni Daulu mani Automoni ke muni Niko ai ni ngalili Tama beka darumai so takina Mengu niumbu kami kamida Amasulaka ebe ipangi Meu sereki mai veike muni Niu sama ibestuka olangi Yalangu wengu tike muni Diva meta buki konga una Enambula itu ngalala Dolata que besara Venga y baudi que muni Daulo mani Automoni que muni Niko ai ni ngalili Lava beka darumai so takina Mengu niumbu kami kamida Roma, Roma, Roma Isalewa mona Roma Mengu niumbu kami kamida Kamida le Roma, Roma Isanangulewa mona kusamai Kusamai biya Mengu ni humbu kamida Daulo mani Automoni ke muni Niko ai ni ngalili Kama beka Darumai so takina Mengu ni humbu kami kamida Roma, Roma, Roma Isalewa mona Roma Mengu niumbu kami kamida Kamida le Roma, Roma Isanangulewa mona kusamai Kusamai biya Mengu niumbu kamida Daulo mali Automoni ke muni Niko ai ni ngalili Lava beka darumai so takina Mengu niumbu kami kamida Mengu niumbu kamida Mengu niumbu kami kamida Mengu niumbu kamida Mengu niumbu kami kamida Mengu niumbu kamida Mengu niumbu kami kamida Binabale hunjina